He's my professor, my friend, my coach. If I had some doubts with like I don't know, not even about jiu-jitsu, but like somehow in life, I know that I can ask him without like being judged or something. You know, we have open, friendly relationship. I hope he thinks so too. So.
You see, eat, sleep, jiu-jitsu. It's present. That's how we live.
Most people, they don't like confrontations, they don't like, it's not really confrontation, but they feel like that. They feel they gotta prove themselves. I think it's kind of a way of a proving ground, but even though I recommend every student, I tell them all they should compete, but not everybody wants to. Okay, there's a lot of benefits that can be taken from it, but not everybody wants to do the first step. But of course, I respect. I just encourage them, but I don't push. If they don't want, it's their decision. They're preparing to compete, they're improving. Part of one of the outcomes is the improvement. You start getting better, start doing better, so improvement comes together. You start training more, the more you train, the better you get.
This is, I think, sport like for 2-3% of the people out of the population. People get hurt, they come with so many expectations, they will become awesome fighters, they will defeat everyone, that's what they come, with expectation. And then they learn really fast, react like someone much smaller, lighter, weaker can defeat them. And for people with ego it's bad, they are unable to deal with it. And then you even learn and you go with it or you leave, And so for so many people, injuries can happen also, And for so many people it's just like, that's it. We started with BJJ in the United States, in Atlanta, in Allianz. I found Nando, he was teaching back then in one gym and Pussy Park. And it was really cool from very beginning. It was very cool from very beginning. He was strong but technical guy. Just like with heavy hips. I was blown away. I was so happy. So somebody is like that. So I know him since we trained together since then. So since 2008, 2009, 2008. Man, he's black belt longer than I'm training jiu-jitsu. You understand? He's 4th-degree black belt, which means he was promoted to black belt right when I started in 2005 probably. So it's huge experience.
With Fernando, we go and I come sparring with him, because he's a black belt and he is a heavy black belt, and same for me. For him is a good when we sparring, because it's same like competition. Every hour sparring is like final match at competition. We never go best friends, but we never go like friends. We go hard or go home.
Let's talk to the students, like say, okay, so we should have a name. What's something me and my students were talking, deciding, and I said, and I thought of jungle because I said I wanted something very Brazilian. So I said something like jungle, we're trying like in the jungle because of the style as well. Always like my training was always like, because I was always in a competition side of jiu-jitsu, so the training was always hard. We always have this attitude to train hard, so it was kind of like jungle. it was known, like some battles happening in the gym. So I didn't want to start a new team when I decided to have a BJJ group. I wanted to be a branch of my original team in Brazil, but didn't work out. There was no, I would say, trust, so it didn't work out. So I decided to start my own thing.
I love it. It's like my second family. That's all I can say.
Who the fuck is that guy? There is no me over.
There is a tip of your forehead.
No, I don't care about this barbecue. I only care about the cake. It's just the people here, and it's just so nice here. It's really like a second family.
I started because me and two of my friends, Ed and Nikita, hi guys. We've started like 2.5 years ago. We just was curious about like martial arts, so we were practicing boxing, Muay Thai, and then we decided to start and to try Jiu-Jitsu. That was the first time I saw Eldar Ipudzen. I think he was a purple belt at that day, and also I saw Vanya the first time. At that point of time he had already had his awful ears, but I think he was purple. Purple belt, yeah.
Okay.
Как бы я начал заниматься, начал преподавать не то чтобы по своей воле, а как мы переехали в этот наш новый зал, Фернандо предложил мне вести классы грэпплинга. Я согласился, а потом со временем изменилась кое-какая кадровая политика, и он мне отдал также на мое попечительство классы новичков. Это чувство, которое нельзя описать словами, когда у тебя есть возможность менять людей в буквальном смысле. Многие ребята приходят неуверенные, забитые, если можно так это назвать. И спустя какое-то время ты видишь, как они развиваются, как они начинают проявлять чувство, вот эту мужественность. Я вижу, как они стараются, вижу, как они работают. И вот это вот чувство, то ощущение, что ты можешь поменять чью-то жизнь, именно в буквальном смысле поменять жизнь. Не просто там сказать пару слов, а именно вот быть частью этих перемен, это реально круто.
Хуй знает до старости лет, доживешь или нет. Набери СОС, отслужи пару мест. Ничто не имеет тут вес, тебе не решить квест. Твоя жизнь это тест, на тебе стоит крест. Хуй знает до старости лет, доживешь или нет. Набери СОС, отслужи пару мест. Ничто не имеет тут вес, тебе не решить квест. Пока ты...
На мой взгляд, для меня это единственный способ, как вот обучать это вот индивидуально подходить, индивидуально изучать каждого студента. Всех своих студентов я абсолютно знаю. То есть я знаю, у кого слабости, у кого какие сильные стороны. Поэтому в будущем я буду усилять сильные стороны и стараться как можно меньше, не то что меньше, а помочь им избавиться от этих слабых сторон, чтобы человек был сильнее не только в плане борьбы, как джиу-джитсу, но и в плане как личности.
If you want to really hurt the guy, you can stand that go this way. Oh, yeah. But still keep blocking. But basically it's just sit back and that's it.
Само обучение учит меня терпению. Очень много людей, которые приходят абсолютно новенькие, никогда ничем не занимались, никакими спортами. И вот он пришел, И здесь уже играет тот фактор, что вот я должен проявить терпение к нему, несмотря ни на что. Я понимаю, я сам был таким. Я прекрасно его понимаю, я ставлю себя на его место каждый раз. Я не беру это, как, знаешь, как на фабрике пришел, и вот делай. Нет. Каждому свой подход. У каждого разный жизненный опыт. Каждый приходит сюда с разными целями. Кто-то приходит, чтобы повысить самооценку. Кто-то приходит, чтобы начать соревноваться. Кто-то приходит просто так, потому что вот, ему здесь нравится быть. Ему нравится общаться, ему нравится вот сама вот эта атмосфера. Поэтому каждому должен быть индивидуальный подход. И... Вот так вот.
All your weights on his head. Okay? Eventually he's going to give up. The whole thing. Another one. Another one. Sit on his hip. Put all your weight here on his hip. Now it's hard for him to sweep you. Okay? And he moves. If he moves, that's kind of what you expect to do. He moves. He turns from Margarita half-time, which is another great thing for you. Keep those things in mind and try it. Get on the bottom. Hips. Use your hips as much as you can.
I really enjoy teaching. Actually, I think I'm better teaching than I'm like competing or rowing. Actually, like usually we have this thing in Czech Republic. We like to say you either know really good and you fight, or you don't know when you teach. So probably that's the way for me. I just like to teach, and I usually think like a purple belt, you can teach sort of some of the basic stuff. You're supposed to know it at the time.
Я помню себя первые дни, я даже не знал, как сделать креветку. Я там не знал, что к чему, а потом со временем уже вот благодаря Фернандо, благодаря ребятам, которые вот каждый день меня здесь по полу елозят. Я вот такой, какой сейчас есть.
He's well rested. He's very charismatic. He knows how to communicate very well. So it was the right choice. He trained with me for a long time. It was a long time in jungle, and he has the jungle spirit in himself. So because pretty much he's as jungle as he gets. So considering he being a brown belt, good enough to start. When he's in a good day, when he's not overtrained, because sometimes before competition he's not training too hard, even for himself. He start being. He shows him how exhausted he is.
Look, it doesn't matter where you compete. Since you compete, you evolve a little bit differently than if you just train here, even every day. You are here, and you do not compete. And the guy who train, let's say, 3 times per week, but constantly, but compete. Instead of you train 6 times, he trains 3 times, but compete. And you will see the guy who trains 3 times and compete will be way much better than the guy who trained here 6 days.
Then in Warsaw, in Amsterdam, like it looks like this summer will not be like, you know, calm as usual. So because
There's gonna be a lot of competitions.
Yeah, because in summer basically everybody resting and it's mostly about the camps and like just partying. But now this year it's somehow going like very everything very close. This almost every weekend you have something. So
As much trophy for jungle as you can carry on, you know.
It's because of this attitude, because of this approach for competition. You try to evolve your type of thinking. You try to rely on your strategy. You try to train your mind more instead of body. Like said one guy, if your body is stronger than your mind, you do it wrong. You know. So that's the key. That's it.
usually you will end up sparring with couple people in the class you like to spar against because they are on your level or above, so it's challenging for you. But you know their game in a couple of roles, and the guy knows your game, so you negate each other, and you know what to expect. So you are just using the stuff which works on those 5 people, but your game is set up around this, and I think it's not healthy. You're supposed to like roll and spar with as many people as you can, and like most the harsh scenarios, which is like competition.
The more you compete, the more you understand what really works, you know, because many times you can see like, oh, this is a really cool technique, but man, the guy smashing you as never before, try to do this. Good luck.
I have 3 bronzes at home, but still I'm going for gold this year, so I hope it's gonna happen.
Last year was good year. I won, I think, 57 medals. It was just with 1 medal more than in 2017, and I hope this year will be more better than it was last one. The biggest my competition will be now Lisbon, after Worlds in Abu Dhabi in April, and Brazilian National also in April or May, and after ADCC World Championship in California, I think in September. It will be also very prestigious and very tough competition, because it's come just top guys in every weight division, and it's just for invitation or for you need to have qualification for this. I already make last year qualification for Worlds, and I have my ticket for next year. It will be a big challenge for me. First time ever?
Yeah.
In white belt, after I think 5 or 6 months of trainings, I come. It was here in Prague, some small competition, but I remember here I take a bronze medal. I lost with one black belt judo guy, but it was good motivation for me to train. I think because I can stop, just because this. I like competition. And success, I think, it's when you really love what you do. I think you cannot be not successful if you really like what you do. And I don't focus on this. I want to win. I go compete. Just do what I love.
Actually, right in the beginning, I was still, because when I started, white belts could not compete. My coach gave me blue belt. He didn't promote me, but he gave me just so I could compete. And of course, I did terrible. I was very nervous. But it was like after 3 months of jiu-jitsu, I went already to give it a try. And I liked, even though I lost, but I felt good. It's a strange feeling because you're nervous. You have a lot of start creating reasons not to do it. You start looking like making up excuses, but you go through. You feel good that you did it. Even though you're even losing, there's the feeling that. But I didn't disappoint myself. I still went through. I didn't shy out. You know that. There's some gratifying feeling you get from it, and I kept doing the same.
You lift him up. He's big. He had 130 kilograms.
Yeah, he was heavy to do that.
Is it division or combined?
Division. But look how you lift him up. Very high. He lifted like he was 80 kilograms.
Jiu-Jitsu can show you that if you will like be precise, if you will be consistent, you know, you will achieve something, yeah? And if you will take this like model and try to implement in other spheres of life, it may work, you know? Maybe. Of course, when you lose, you are disappointed a little bit, but this is life, you know. The difference between skills of people, you know, are huge. You have to accept it and make some changes in your preparation or your attitude. You know. This is how it works.
I believe they just like the way this environment is, because pretty much there's a lot of foreigners training here. Everybody, we make fun of ourselves, you know, we make jokes all the time. Everybody's very laid back, everybody relaxing, everybody think they like this. I believe a lot of, because the other gyms, there's a lot of gyms that have this more traditional martial arts style. In winter you have to go to the flag and all those things, and we are completely, we're very Brazilian. People in Brazil pretty much brought the style the way it is in Brazil. So I try to emulate a gym in Brazil. It's pretty much like this. Everybody relax, everybody chilling. Whoever doesn't feel like sparring, just sit on the corner and chat. You know, everybody is like having a good time. And I think those people that come here, but they like this environment. No, the classes themselves, when it's approach competition, the classes get a little harder, so people stay in the spirit. Most actually, even visitors, every visitor that come, they always say that it's very common. They say that the guys are a bunch of savage, but in a good way, you know. So they're very competitive. So pretty much the spirit is always here.
It's pretty tough, you know. It's pretty tough. Physical part too, but I think bigger problem is mental part, you know, because so many people are unable to lose. They think they are losing. They are not losing. They are winning.
The 97, the medals were not nice. I'm that old man. No, the medals were not nice. They were smaller, round. Now they are.
In 2006, from my first finance, it was like piece of metal, heavy like fuck, you know, just like it was beautiful.
Man, they were in Japan.
No, from Long Beach.
That was 2014 in Japan. That was heavy as well. Big, looks like
Yeah, it was.
Guys, eat cake.
Now they're getting small. Now they're square and small.
You probably have this. You probably have this type of people that you can say everything. It's like untold. You know how I say. You don't need to talk with the guy to let him know how you feel or what you wanna do. You know, it's a natural thing, man. It's like father and dad, and like you respect. I don't know how to explain. Like simply, I don't know how to explain.